Ow, my nail.
Such an ambitious
Hi everybody, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this 9-part water fasting series where I show a fast that I completed from August 11th to August 20th. And right now, so far, day 1 and 2 is up. It shows what I did during those days and some tips that I have had for you guys. And today is going to show day 3. And basically the point of all of this is to help you guys through your own water fast and to show my experience, and to just give you guys ideas and to just be there so you guys don't have to go through it alone. Because a lot of people people that support me, they always say the reason that they love my content is because they don't see content like this anywhere else. And I think a big reason why people don't post about water fasting a lot is because of all the hate it can get, which I never really talk about because I like ignoring it because it doesn't need to exist in my world. It just doesn't. It doesn't. But I have been wanting to talk about it a little bit because just in case somebody watches that does think in a negative way about all of my content. So I just want to talk a little bit about how water fasting obviously is controversial. Let's just start there. There are a lot of people that say it's bad. That say, oh, if you water fast for more than 3 days, that's unhealthy, because they just Google searched it and that's the first thing that comes up on Google is specialists recommend to not fast longer than 3 days. It's just not true. Well, and it's also just one, perspective. But there's other ones from other real doctors and specialists. For example, Dr. Alan Goldberg.
That's not his name, Hannah. His name's Dr. Alan something else. What's his fucking name? His name's Dr. Alan Goldhamer. I don't know where I heard Dr. Alan Goldberg from, but I guess I heard that once in my life and it just stuck.
He is one that I bring up a lot because he's just really passionate about it. He not only is smart, but he's like me and just passionate about all the healing benefits and properties of it and stuff. He's been doing it for so long. I think since the 1980s. He had his own facility where he would do water fasts with people, and we'll go up for 40 days. And I'm just gonna say that, and I know that's gonna a lot of people are gonna think that's insane, and it is, but he's a doctor. Just like the doctors that talk about how water fasting isn't good and all that, he's also has the same medical background as them. He went to school, whatever, doctor stuff.
What am I, a doctor or a moon shuttle conductor?
That's him. He's a doctor. There's also a lot of other doctors too, but he's just like I said, the main one that I know about. But I don't want to get too much into it because you could just watch his videos. I'll put the thumbnails here and I'll link them below. But he just has videos where he gets so specific on the nitty-gritty scientific details that I'm not going to talk about in this video, but that I am planning on making a video sharing his scientific results and studies and all of that. I think day 3 is an important day also to talk about this, because day 3 is when a lot of people start saying, okay, that should be the end, when that's just not true. So instead of just going about day 3, I did want to bring this up and say that long water fasts can be beneficial. That's just that on that. A big thing that he talked about in one of his videos was really just people are just brainwashed, and that people are just they just listen to doctors that just don't care, and doctors that want to prescribe people fucking medication for heart disease and treatments for cancer and all these different things that overeating and eating unhealthy and eating too much of cause. Intermittent fasting, and this is what Dr. Alan Goldberg said, that everybody in the world should be intermittent fasting for their whole life. That should be how we eat. We shouldn't wake up and eat breakfast and then a few hours eat lunch and dinner with a bunch of snacks in between. That's just simply not how humans are made. Humans, back in the day when humans would eat, humans would have to hunt for their food, right?
I just wanted to add this part in because I just looked it up and realized something, that humans only just started not being hunting hunter-gatherers and like doing that way of life only 12,000 years ago. Humans first started hunting for their food like 3 million years ago, and we only just stopped doing that 12,000 years ago. Meaning like that's the way humans ate. It's only been 12,000 years, which in my opinion is not that long. And it's like, but then also something I was thinking was, yeah, well, like humans did do that for meat, but we still don't. I'm just, when I bring it up in this video, I'm just talking about how we didn't eat 24/7. I'm not talking about what they ate. Like, yeah, they did eat meat, but because like that's just what it was. But like, I'm talking about how they fasted, still intermittent fasting basically, or like short day water fast. But it's just crazy to me how I just looked it up, and like we've only just started eating the way we're eating 12,000 years ago. And I think we're realizing how it's really not good, as you can tell by how many obese people and how many people are dying from heart disease and all that. Okay, back to the video.
Humans would have to hunt for their food, right? Remember those days? Throwback Thursday. The thing with that was like, you'd hunt for your food, you'd eat it, and you wouldn't be able to eat again for a while until you were able to catch more food. And sometimes that would take, I think, days. So like humans, that's why humans used to be slim thick back in the day. I don't know about slim thick, I mean, but humans were thin. Like, you never really see obese humans back in the day. Like, you know what I mean?
Hi, please don't put any value behind the words that I'm about to speak. I'm just speaking for fun in this moment. And I'll let you know when I start speaking facts again. Thanks, bye.
And that's when like civilization was kind of fucking dope. Like, we would build these huge things. I don't know anything about history, okay? So just let me say what I'm saying and sound dumb. But like, we used to build stuff. Like, we used to like build houses without machines, and like Egypt and the pyramid and whatever. And it's like, it's because we were healthier. Obviously humans were not unhealthy from that and weak. Don't you guys remember seeing like videos of humans like walking around? I don't know, we were like ants. You know how ants are like said to be some of the strongest creatures? Pretty sure humans used to function like ants. But anyways, what I'm saying is that I think a lot of humans, for some reason, believe that we're supposed to be eating so much and all this food when we're not. And like, I'm just confused on how people don't see that back in the day people were way healthier, and now there's literally obese people everywhere you go. Like, literally, no matter where you are, when you're out, I feel like more of the time you will see people that are overweight to some extent, if not obese, than slim people. And that is from humans obviously eating a lot more, and also just the idea of like man-made food, like fast food and foods that just aren't real, they're byproducts. That is a big part of it too. And that's also a big part of like disease and cancer and all of that stuff. So, and the thing with long water fasts is it literally can reverse diseases and things that people already have. For example, something that Dr. Alan Goldberg did talk about was like one of his patients that he was putting on like an extended water fast. So where she came from was her regular doctor, which is all the doctors that people that hate on water fasting listen to. She was told by this doctor that the only way she could get better was by taking these pills or whatever, this form of like medication. And she asked like a lot. She was trying to figure out, is there anything else I can do? I think she looked into water fasting herself and brought it up to him, and he said, no, it will not help. It's unhealthy. You need to eat. There's nothing that can be done but taking these medications and eating healthy and blah, blah, blah. And so what she did was, like, behind his back, she went to Dr. Alan Goldberg and did his program for, I think, 40 days, where she water fasted for 40 days. And it was leukemia, I think is what she had. And it literally, she had a tumor in her. What happened after the 40 days is it literally disappeared. Like, it didn't just shrink, it went away completely. And it was proven to be because of the water fasting. I don't know the exact terms of, like, what Dr. Alan Goldberg had for, like, the scientific evidence, but he had, like they would be monitoring her and, like, doing all this type of just, I don't know, doctor scientific stuff, and they could prove that her thing went away from the water fasting. And then she went back to the doctor, and he did the scan on her, like the bad doctor, And he was really surprised and asked how she did it. And then she told him it was because she went to another doctor, did the water fast that he said wouldn't help. And yeah, I forget exactly like what, that's all I can remember from it. And that to me just showed how like you can't really listen to, I don't know, you just have to do your own research, because that right there just proves like that it literally can fix diseases. And then obviously Dr. Alan Goldberg would say like all of his other patients, they'd be like out in the basketball court, because it would be like a dorm type thing, and they would just all tell him after a few days that how much energy they had and how good they felt from it. So that's just what I wanted to say, because on day 3 a lot of people say that you're not supposed to go over 3 days, and that's just simply not true. But obviously you gotta talk to your doctor first. You shouldn't do it on your own. I really do think that you should talk to your doctor, but that goes before you do anything. Like before you even just switch your diet, before you get on medication, you obviously need to talk to your doctor. If you're changing the way that you do things physically, you're always supposed to talk to your doctor first. And if your doctor turns it down, like this lady's doctor did, just keep looking for one that won't, like she did. So yeah, I just wanted to make that clear, since we are on day 3 and tomorrow will be day 4, etc. So now I'm going to show you guys what I did on my day 3 personally. I just went to the fair, you know, found an activity to do to help, and it was really easy for me on this day because it was just so hot there that like even if I was hungry, I just, it was too hot. But I don't even think I was. And on day 3 I feel like is when ketones come into your body, which is a big thing Dr. Alan Goldberg talks about. Is once ketones come into your body, it's a hormone that suppresses your hunger, because your body does everything it can to like help you, you know what I mean? So like once it realizes you're not giving it food, that's when it suppresses the hunger and it starts burning off the fat that's already in you to energy, so you can, you know, do anything. Because just for your heart to pump, for you to walk, you need to be burning some sort of energy. So it burns the fat that's already in you, and what it burns specifically is visceral fat, which is the unhealthy fat that surrounds our organs and leads to heart disease and all these complications. A lot of people are concerned that it will start burning muscle after 3 days, and it's just simply not true unless you're, you know, working out while water fasting, which you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to rest. So as long as you're resting, your body will first eat up all the visceral fat. Also, a big thing people say is that it's starving yourself, and it's physically, you cannot be starved if you still have fat in your body, because your body knows to burn that into energy. So on day 3, something I also recommend you doing, since you are, you know, kind of like really getting into it, is to figure out what you want your diet to be like once you're done the fast, because that will just, it will give you something to do, it will give you something to stay focused on, so you're not scared, oh, once I stop, am I gonna like, you know, gain the weight back? Figure out a diet that you want to have for when you're done, and not even a diet, but just a lifestyle change. For me, I personally am planning on just doing whole food, plant-based. I believe, and Dr. Alan Goldberg also has said that that's just the healthiest diet for humans. That's obviously very controversial as well. You just have to do your own research. That's what it comes down to. And if that sounds interesting to you, like a vegan lifestyle, but you just don't know a lot about it, stay tuned, because like in the future I am gonna start like researching it on my own and making videos on it as well. And then of course also working out, you know. The key right now on day 3 is focus. Make sure you know why you're doing it, because if you ever stop thinking about it for a day at all, you're gonna kind of be like, why am I even doing it? You know what I mean? You need to keep your why strong and make that passion in you just strong. Like you really want it and you know why you want it. It's healthy for you. You're at an unhealthy weight, whatever the reason. You have chronic disease. That's a big thing that I don't talk about either, is like it's because I just don't personally do it because I have a disease, because I'm overall healthy besides being overweight. But like if you have like high blood pressure or high cholesterol, I actually did have that. When I first started fasting, I had high cholesterol, and then when I water fasted for 2 weeks and went to the doctors, it was completely gone. I don't have high cholesterol anymore. So like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, even more severe like cancer, forms of cancer or stuff like that, water fasting can help with. So how much weight I lost on day 3 from my start weight was 71, 70, 70, I think about 9 pounds, like almost 10 pounds. That's the very average thing to lose, is on day 3 it's about 10 pounds down. But again, it's always different for everyone. All right, let's jump into my day 3. This is what it looks like for me, and I hope that it looks good for you too, and I hope you guys succeed with it. And stay tuned, of course, for day 4 coming tomorrow. Follow my Instagram for like daily story updates of what I'm doing currently. It's Honeydoll World. My TikTok is HoneydollXO, where I post my transformations from the beginning of my fast to the end of my fast, which is pretty motivational, if I could say so myself. Of course, my Patreon, where there's a ton of like behind the scenes content. Just, you have to go to my Patreon to check it out. It's patreon.com/HoneydollXO for like just extra motivation. And also, we all on our Patreon, I'm starting to share people's pictures, like your guys' pictures of your befores to everybody, so you can stay motivated to show everybody your results. I think that's a really good way to help you stick to it and to just give you something like exciting to look forward to. I have 3 different tiers, one for $15, $10, and $5 a month, up to you. The benefits are all on my Patreon. I love you guys. Here's the video.
really, really hot and we're dying, but he loves it. He's looking at a bus right now. This is actually gonna be his first carnival ride ever, is this bus. Right, baby? He's been pretty quiet, just observing everything. I'm not hungry at all right now because it's way too hot to be hungry. We're trying to pick which horse we want. I don't even know. Which one do you want to go on, baby? No, it's my baby. How old do you think? Still kind of trapped up here. Just trying to say bye to the Ferris wheel. We're leaving. The night's ending. We got some really good pictures though. Yeah, it was over like $100 for everything, but the fact that we got really good pictures and I got some good TikToks and some good content, which made it kind of worth